Welcome to the Tequila After Work podcast.
This is your host, Andres Castro. Welcome to Tequila After Work podcast. Here, my co-host.
Brian Jordan.
This is episode zero. And we're going to start taking a shot of Don Julio just to celebrate the beginning of something great.
This first episode is brought to you by the two gentlemen you see in front of you because we have no sponsors. No.
One day. Salute.
Yeah. So, we were sitting down and we were thinking about starting a podcast, and we wanted to combine two of the things that we, really were passionate about, which was tequila first, second, work, right?
Yeah.
So we came up with Tequila After Work, and it's been in the making. It's kind of been in the premises. We've mentioned it to a lot of our friends in the industry, and you're going to get to see a lot of different guys come through that are industry professionals, not just from the industry that we're in, but in different industries, right?
Correct.
They're going to come through and they'll kind of display or speak to, what made them passionate about what they do, what they actually do, what's making them successful in their realm. And I guess our end goal is just to try and put out the knowledge to others, minorities like ourselves, not just minorities, everyone, that there are several different industries and several different career paths that you can take and be successful in. I guess I should back up so that you guys can know. I am Brian Jordan, owner and president of Quality Precision Coatings. Quality Precision Coatings, we apply industrial coatings for the oil and gas, wastewater, freshwater, transportation, civil, a lot of different sectors. So we are one of the very few minority-owned coating facilities, and from our knowledge, we are the only minority-owned coating facility that's in the aerospace coating realm. So that is QPC. And so on a day-to-day basis, that's what I do. I get up and I go and try and make it happen for me and my guys.
And how long have you been in business?
As far as I've owned businesses in the past. So, but for Quality Precision Coating has been in business for about 3.5 years. We're approaching 3.5 years. It'll be 4 years in July. It's coming around fast. Time is moving, right?
I know.
Yeah, time is moving. So it'll be 4 years in July. It's a moment that I can appreciate, right? That, you go through all of these ups and downs with business, but at the same time, when it's time to sign checks, it's the moment that you realize, well, all of that stress was so that we can continue to provide for our families. So that's something that I can enjoy.
What would you say is the best thing about your job besides being a president?
The best thing about my job is drinking after work. No.
That sounds about right. And with that said, I think it's time to make something you like to drink. That is tequila.
Oh, you got me the ranch water thing.
Ranch water, your ranch water things that you drinking.
I would drink those all day.
That I think that your doctor told you not to drink them, but
No. The doctor said you can have 12 drinks a week, and I told her I'm going to save them for Fridays.
Oh, it's her?
No, yeah, it's a her. It's a her. Yeah. I think it's different for men, right? When you have a doctor or whatever, it's like women, they want a woman doctor because it's like, oh, I don't want no man touching me or whatever, and it's like, I don't want a man touching me either. So,
so I guess it sucks to be a man as a doctor. That's
right.
what you're trying to say.
Right. In all actuality, man, my like I said, my greatest moments or whatever that I have in my career field is one, spilling stuff. It's actually solving problems, right? So I get a lot of you know our field, right? Yeah. So there's a lot of different things that go into actually getting the request for something to be painted or whatever, right? There's a lot of background that goes to that. And a lot of the players that are in on that process, they either don't know it or don't care enough to work all the way through it, right? So when they reach out and they're like, hey, my customer's asking for this. This is what the spec says, but I don't really know what the spec says. I get a lot of enjoyment of going through the spec, dissecting it correctly, and coming back and saying, hey, these are the options that you have. We can go with X, Y, Z, this, and that. And then they come back and they say, well, we don't know anything about that. That's why it costs so much. You, sir, how long have you been in the industry?
Been in the industry 2005.
2005. Okay.
2005. December 2005 is when I started working for coding.
Okay.
In the coding industry.
Were you passionate about it?
2006.
Say 2006. Okay, we'll say 2006. All right. Were you passionate about it when you started?
To be honest, when I started, I just started for a job.
Okay.
I mean, it was just a regular job. When I got to know more and to understand more, or why something had to be painted, or why there was too many different coatings, I started liking more the industry, or more like to know more about the coatings, or why this product has to be coated this way, and why this one has to be this way. The inside is so go different than the outside. That kind of like caught my attention.
So you say you got about 17 years then in the industry?
Yeah.
So somewhere like that, right?
Yeah.
Somewhere like that, right? I think I'm at like 15, right? And I can remember when I was in the industry before, but I wasn't in the industry, right? I remember I was working at Centos, and my job was to go and pass out the uniforms to the guys who worked in the powder coating plant, because they had to wear the coveralls because they were manufacturing powder coating and it would get all over everything, and they never wanted them to take it home or whatever on them. And literally, I probably went upstairs one time, you know what I mean? But I had no idea that, you know, there was so much that was going on with that industry, right? I just figured, oh, that's fucked up. You come back red every day, bro. Like, so, and I'd take the coverall and I'd throw it over to the side, and, you know, hand the next shift coming in, hand them their new one, take them back to the plant at Centos, have them wash them, and that was literally my job, which I want to say, one of the best jobs that I ever had, right? So I got paid for the whole day, but all I had to do was come in at 7 a.m. when the shift started, and come back at 2 p.m. when the next shift came on, right? And when I was there, I was probably there for 2 hours, right? Rest of the day, do whatever you want to do. If your boss doesn't call you, don't worry about it, you know.
I don't know how this gonna end. I don't know if they're gonna understand. They probably don't understand me right now with my accent. Right. They're gonna have to put the subtitles.
Right.
So
it's gonna say drunken Mexican says.
That's racism.
Hey, like my HR manager told me, it's not racist if it's true. Right? We were talking about how we were in the industry, how we ended up getting in the industry, like our first feed in. But when I first actually started like working in the industry, I started at Houston Plating, honestly. I had took a job to get away from a job that was kind of demoralizing for me. I was working for a medical record storage company, right? And I was traveling out of town, all across the state of Texas, setting up facilities for them and training operations managers. And I would say to them is,
To me?
hey, to them,
Oh.
they're a little bit lighter hue than you. To them. I was going around and I was training operations managers,
Yeah.
but they wouldn't make me the operations manager. And I would go and I would say, hey, I'm doing X, Y, Z. You have this plant, and you're about to hire a guy. Why not put me in there? Oh, well, we got to send you over here. This is your business.
I think I know the answer.
Right.
You're too dark for it.
That's racist. That's racist. That's really racist. But no, what they would tell me is that I didn't have the degree to do it. But I'm like, what does the degree mean if I'm the person who's training them? Right.
All right.
What does
they
that?
have the degree. They should.
They should be training me.
Yeah.
Right. They should already know.
Yeah.
So I would go from this place to this place, all over the state of Texas, training these different operations managers. And then they had this facility that they were going to bring a lot of their facilities under one roof here in Houston. And they said, well, we don't want you to travel anymore. We want you to work on this project because this is going to be the big project. So I'm working on it. I'm cataloging the warehouse. I'm doing everything. And I'm like, hey, I built this. You know what I mean? You couldn't have built it without me because no one else could have done it. You know what I mean? And I was saying, I need to be the operations manager of this. Or I tell you what, I literally told him, I said, keep the title. Even hire someone and put them in there. Just give me the pay because you know that I'm doing it. You know what I mean? Give me the pay and give me the manager's benefits. Keep the title. I don't want the title. I'll come to work and I'll do it and I won't say anything to anybody. I'll continue to make it run for you. And they said no. And I found a job the next week.
So I was working for a company. I think the same company that you work for.
Okay.
That they put me the title, but they didn't give me the pay.
That
So I
sucks.
got the title,
Yeah.
but I didn't get the pay.
Right.
And when I went to ask for it, they say, well, that's just a title.
No, it's not. No, it's not. So then, can I just paint? Right? Can I not do all of this
Right?
extra stuff? Can I just clock in and do my hours and then go home? No, because it's part of what. And I think that's what happens with guys like us, right? Is that we go into it and we put our all into it and we take pride in what we do. You know what I mean? And it's not about kissing the ass or anything like that or trying to get the recognition. It's just the way that we're built. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it's kissing ass is different than working hard. And a lot of people
Correct.
these days, they think, oh, you're kissing ass. No, motherfucker, I'm working hard.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing my job. Coming back after this
Commercial break
commercial break.
brought to you by QPC, Quality
QPC.
Precision
Shout out
Coating.
to QPC. One thing I want to mention is that we're having fun. We're drinking.
My favorite tequila is Casa Dragones.
So you drink cognac, or you used to drink cognac?
I used to drink cognac when I was younger, right? As I've gotten older, I realized that when I drink cognac, it makes my kidneys hurt and me want to fight. So I stopped drinking cognac because I got tired of my kidneys hurting and I got tired of fighting.
So what's the difference between cognac and whiskey?
The difference between cognac and whiskey?
They look the same.
No. So whiskey is a rye, which is like rice, I believe, or
It's made of rice?
it's made from rice, if I'm not mistaken. I may be wrong.
Like rum.
Correct me. Rum is from sugarcane,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
and then cognac is from grapes, but it's only from the grapes grown in Cognac, France, right? It's kind of like tequila,
Oh, it's like champagne, tequila.
right?
They're like,
Regional,
Yeah, regional.
right? It's a regional type thing.
That's one of the other trips we need to make
To tequila,
to tequila
okay,
with a tour and all that shit.
definitely.
I think this is time to close this number 0 podcast.
Number 0. I think it's time for the drunk guys to bid you adieu.
Gonna continue drinking after tequila after work.
After work, because we're working right now, right?
Right.
We're working.
So right. I wanna personally thank everybody for taking the time and listen to this nonsense talking. We have fun. I did.
Correct.
I don't know about Brian.
No, I had a lot of fun.
But
I want to see. Do me a favor. Watch my posture from the start to the point when I start feeling it, right? And then comment on that.
Yeah, we want to thank everybody, and we'll have hosts on the other podcasts. If we are new into this, you're doing this for fun and for alcohol. Just to know our friends more and our colleagues more. And if you don't have nothing positive to say, just shut the fuck up.
Good night, bitches.
Good night.
No,
and
but thank you guys for tuning in, and catch us next week. We should have a guest sitting here.
It's gonna get better. We're new.
This is just the beginning.
Yeah. Hit and subscribe. We'll be back next week. Good night.